Hello everybody, today, welcome. First video on this channel because I am trying to see what to do with my channel first time. Might as well start doing what I like to do, and that's talk about versus debates. Gotta start somewhere, of course, right? So, I felt the need to talk about this little nugget of evidence here. And little nugget of, I guess, I won't even call it drama. I would call this a minor inconvenience for my day. But, this is just interesting. I kind of did this video for two reasons. I just wanted to flex on the guy making the video, because for backstory, of course, you guys are involved versus debating on any groups or whatever online. You know of Saitama, the fictional character from One Punch Man, and his rapid fan base and how really just annoying they can be when it comes to debating against them. Because for the past, I believe, 7 years, One Punch Man has been out. Saitama fans have stuck to this one argument, and this argument being Saitama has no limits and it's infinite power. And in this video, we're going to talk about this guy here who I debate on Discord. I asked him 1v1 debate me about Saitama beating anybody. I said, all right, I'm going to give you the easiest one, Goku. I'm going to throw Goku at Saitama, and what can Saitama do? The debate didn't even get to Goku versus Saitama. The debate literally was just the whole time with him trying to convince me that Saitama is an omnipotent, limitless god tier character who can solo your favorite verse. So I debated him, and I debated for a hot minute about, I think his video was like an hour. He didn't even get a chance to upload the video yet, which is kind of why I'm making this one. So we're going to go ahead, and break this video down piece by piece a little bit. And I want to kind of see what you guys' thoughts are below, because I really need to see if I'm going crazy about this, because I might put the description to all of his little videos, because I just want, gotta get traction somehow. So we'll see what happens here.
Man, it has been a while since I made a video, and like I promised, I'm going to bring the Facebook debates to the YouTube channel, which today I got a hold of somebody.
You did. You got a hold of me, guys.
This individual lies about debunking things. This individual doesn't actually read what people say or the information that's actually right in their face.
Sure. All right. So as you guys will see, we're on almost a minute into this video, 38 seconds in, and I just want to break this down right quick for guys who want to, because I think since I've seen this video already, and I already know what the whole shebang, he isn't going to go into the nitty gritty of the debate. So I might as well do it because he isn't going to do it because he's yet to upload the actual video of our debate. So basically, in our debate, what happened was I asked him, Chris, can you please explain to me how Saitama being limitless is even possible due to the fact that it's a no-limits fallacy? It's all a headcanon assumption on your end. Your job is you have to convince everybody else it's not. Go ahead. He proceeds to then say, well, it's an assumption that I wouldn't believe him, because what he is saying is Saitama's whole thing is since stated by Dr. Genis that he has infinite he didn't say omni obviously, but he said infinite power and cannot be beaten. And there's the big issue there, is because that's a no limits fallacy. He then later on in this video says that's what I did was a fallacy, despite me actually presenting evidence to the table, and Chris has to think of stuff off top of his head that it's evidence, right? So what ends up happening is we go ahead and we move along. And then I talk about Saitama a gag character. He then says, yes. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, Saitama's a running gag. And I was like, how? He's like, well, if you have a running gag next to a gag character. I was like, no, Chris, that's stupid. If Saitama's a gag character, then obviously he should go ahead and go out of his way and do Toon Force or something. But, of course he doesn't do that. Chris kind of moves along and says nothing. And I explained, if I had the chance to bring this up, a pretty easy way to debunk this is using the running gag argument that Chris makes is, well, that means Zoro from One Piece is a gag character because he keeps getting lost. Goku from Dragon Ball is a gag character because he keeps biting people, etc., etc. It doesn't make you a Toon Force gag character that can reality warp for the sake of comedy. Saitama being funny and haha doing goofy shit does not make him a gag character. But Chris wants to convince everybody he does, so let's see what else he says.
This individual doesn't fact check their information. Man, and the list goes on. You know what's really annoying debating somebody who ignores the facts that's right up in front of their face?
The irony.
Literally a fallacy, by the way.
Yep, it sure is. The fallacy.
And then what makes it worse is you bring information to the table that I've literally already debunked.
Chris, you never debunked anything in these videos you made on your channel. I might do a video breaking them all down eventually in the next few days, but Chris has yet to actually debunk any of the information I made in the videos he makes. All this stuff is either him trying to switch up the context of words being said by the characters in the manga just for him to sound like he's right. It doesn't matter. There's so, like, one of the most infamous ones is when One Punch Man fans try to cite the fact of Saitama being a infinite, omnipotent god character who can slap your favorite versus cheeks, is saying stuff like, well, Boros said that he has immeasurable power. Okay, so does everyone at Dragon Ball Z. I'm using Dragon Ball Z easy base here because it's such a simple show to understand here. And they do the cliche of shonen things that every other shonen character does a lot. For example, in Dragon Ball, they say Kefla has limitless power. They say King Piccolo has infinite power. The androids have infinite power. Frieza has infinite power. The Saiyans have infinite power. There's so many characters that get called limitless and infinite in the series. It does not matter. There's so much stuff that does not matter, but character says they're infinite. I get the whole thing of statements can matter under certain contexts, but in Chris's situation, it's something that's been debunked by the author and the character himself, so I don't quite get it.
And the fact that you don't know that this person's information is wrong is literal proof that you have no idea what you're talking about. When you listen to people talk, they tell on themselves. This is why I don't like debating people who don't know their stuff, because it doesn't matter how many facts you bring to the table, they are simply going to double down on their stupidity. And no matter how many facts you bring to the table, no matter how well you break down the information that's being provided, they're simply going to override it with a stupid argument.
Chris, look at the whole time I was debating, you was bitching and moaning about me bringing out the fact that Saitama has peaked according to the author. I brought Murata said Saitama still trains, and you still try to cope and seethe and mold and cry over the fact I'm somehow making up headcanons. The whole argument One Punch Man fans are going off for the past 7 years have been Saitama trained once and became omnipotent. And much as you try to say, I never said omnipotent, it might as well be from how you kept going on trying to say cosmic armored Superman somehow loses to Saitama. Saitama's over here getting doo-doo dog walked by Boros, and you're trying to tell me he can fucking touch cosmic armored Superman? And most people try to say, well, when you go back to the fight, Saitama wasn't really getting shitted on. It's like, well, during the fight, Saitama kind of admits that Boros was kicking his ass. And the author says, I ain't gonna lie, Boros is kind of shitting on him. And Boros is at less starbusting, according to the guidebook. So, like, if a starbuster walks up on Saitama and is making Saitama think that strong, what do you think is going to possibly happen when a universal character pulls up and wants to fight Saitama? Are you going to wank Saitama then and say, oh yeah, Saitama's totally, like, touching galaxies and shit, or, like, universes? Speaking of which, we'll watch a little bit of this video. We'll break down some of the stuff he else said during the debate.
Argument that makes sense. See, one thing about me is I don't care about your argument. I don't care about your headcanon. I don't care about how you want to spin things. If your so-called argument doesn't stick to the facts, it's all noise.
So what if I were to bring up a simple thing like this, right? So during the debate, I asked him, so if Saitama is infinite, and we know when it comes to versus scaling and such and everything like that, that means that Saitama should be doing above 3D things. He should be like 4D, right? At least. So I brought this up, and then his argument was, well, in certain universes, time dimensional tier does not exist. And I was like, okay, but there's a huge argument. So if you're telling me that some verses just don't have dimensions to the 12th dimension, to the highest possible one of dimensional tiering, then explain to me why does One Punch Man have time? If time can be recording in the universe, 4D is a possibility. So Saitama is an infinite being. Time exists in his world, so shouldn't he be doing time-busting feats on repeat? Like, before anyone tries to say, but Devin, doesn't Goku be universal, and why is he not busting universes? Well, in his situation, it's like Goku has no reason to go around bust up universes. But at least Goku can provide proof he can do universal level stuff. It's like if Goku can strike fists with Beerus in space and nullify the punches, then we should go on ahead and then say, all right, well, cool. Goku in one of his forms that's not even the strongest can pull this off. Now, meanwhile, in One Punch Man, when Saitama has nothing that shows he can do this, and it's literally him punching with a city-busting fodder, then why are you wanking him? There's no reason for you to wank him to being a 4D. It's all your headcanon. You're basing off of something that we hadn't even seen Saitama do.
It's all noise. It's all noise. And this person is going to be a perfect example.
I sure am, guys. If he uploads the video.
So, I screenshot all the comments.
Sure did.
I have crossed out the names. And we had over an hour-long debate. And I will bring this to you once I'm done putting the video together. I got to put the screenshots in the video, and I got to put the audio in the video. And once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and upload it. Remember, it's an hour long. I don't expect anybody to watch the whole thing because
I feel like he might as well upload the whole hour-long video because it would only make sense that, I mean, heck, if I'm doing versus debating, I like listening to people talk all day when it comes to this type of stuff. Especially if it's petty debate like him and I, then sure, I wouldn't mind it because it's literally just him screaming at me that Saitama is a 4D infinite omnipotent character while I proceed to use one simple thing, and that's the authors of the story saying that you're stupid. If the authors of the story are telling you that you're a dumbass, Chris, then why are you debating me? It at this point is kind of pointless. And he tries to says, but the author did that back in the day, he used to do gag manga in grade school. I don't care what the author of One Punch Man did when he was sucking his mom's left tit. Really, I don't. It kind of sounds pointless. Talking about him doing gag manga back in the day is not equal to him drawing One Punch Man. Saitama does a funny haha meme face during the fight. It doesn't make him Omni. Please stop.
No, I will watch the whole thing. But this is a prime example of somebody who ignores the facts. They try to replace everything with headcanon.
Sure.
You sit here and read them the exact definitions of words. You even show them what words are similar to these definitions, and they study double down on their stupidity and tell you no.
Chris, I doubled down only because of the fact that it was just purely you trying to cope with misrepresenting what I was saying. I was saying that you're saying that Saitama has infinite power. You have admitted that you believe Saitama's power is infinite. Then he Googles the term infinity. Then when he Googles the term infinity, he tries to make a difference between the two. Using the terms both the exact same way. Obviously, he's trying to say, look, you're fucking up the terminology, knowing I'm using it how I know I'm using it. If I'm using infinite and infinity in the same exact context, why are you trying to pussyfoot around it? I backed you to the corner, and now you have to explain to the whole entire all of your subscribers that how in the hell is Saitama fucking with an omnipotent being? It's going to sound stupid as hell if you're debating you, and the only thing you can think of is, I don't know who will win a fight. Like, during the debate, I brought Yujiro Hama from Baki the Grappler, and I said, look, Yujiro gets called limitless and is the strongest person in his universe. Why is he not getting thrown against Saitama? I mean, they're both in the same exact category. He goes, well, that's just assuming Yujiro's power. You think that's assuming Yujiro's power? Oh, so when Yujiro gets brought up, it's assuming his power, but when you bring a Saitama, it's confirmed Omni God Saitama. Okay.
No, they mean the same thing. And then after a while, you get to them, and then they try to switch up their story. Like, you're not recording everything they're saying.
I kind of was okay with you recording everything you're saying, Chris.
Hold out for that.
I'm holding out, Chris. It's been 1 month. Here's what I'll say. either I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just say that he's taking forever because it is a 1 hour late video and he might as well edit that bitch. But if he's gonna cut it down, it's been like a month of him doing it. I don't really know how long it's take for him to do it. I mean, I'm doing this I'm not doing too much in this video, honestly. I'm just kind of screen recording what he says and putting it up. But I feel like as if, honestly, if Chris wants to do one more debate with me, and I would throw a character against him, I know for a fact Saitama just cannot touch. I'm throwing Saitama against Goal Experience Requiem. If Chris would like to debate me on this on the Discord one more time, then he can request my Discord or whatever. But obviously, Chris is not going to want to do that because he knows if I throw Saitama against Goal Experience Requiem, Saitama's going to get poo-poo dog walked, and there's nothing that he really can do. But we'll open this up next time. Subscribe if you actually do want to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe to this petty, dumb shit. I mean, honestly, you really don't. But if you're interested in keeping up with this, go ahead, I guess. This channel isn't really made for anything other specifically than just kind of to keep up with stuff like this versus debates in the future, hopefully. I'll see what I can do. Probably upload my channel a little bit more. And yeah, thank you.